Hello and welcome to the South Indian. My name is Sudha Sadanand. Let me first bring you all the headlines from the south of India on your screens right away. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin urges Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan to reschedule UGC NET exam scheduled for Pongal. Madras High Court orders CBI probe into cash for job case against former Minister Rajendra Balaji. Karnataka High Court refuses to stay probe against Nikita in the Atul Subhash suicide case. Bus services hit by Bandh in Mysuru over protest against Amit Shah's remarks on B.R. Ambedkar. A month after the stampede at Sandhya Theatre, icon star Allu Arjun meets Sritej in hospital. Malayalam actress Honey Rose files complaints against 30 people alleging obscene comments on her social media posts. All right, let's tell you what's in store in the South Indian today. Of course, as usual, news from across all the states in south of India. First, coming up, trouble mounts for KT Rama Rao, also known as KTR, in Formula E case as Telangana High Court refuses to quash Anti-Corruption Bureau's case against him. Alright, that's our main story. Formula E case, the ACB intensifies raids. Trouble for KTR? Let's find out what the real story is and all the latest updates as always. In a setback to former Minister and BRS Working President KT Rama Rao, also known as KTR, the Telangana High Court today dismissed his petition seeking to quash the case registered by the Anti-Corruption Bureau or ACB in connection with the Formula E race. The court was disinclined to extend the interim orders protecting him from arrest and also rejected his counsel's request to provide protection for 1 week from being arrested by the ACB. After the court's verdict, raids were conducted at the residences of KTR in Raidurg and Nandinagar by ACB. On Monday, KTR had arrived with his team of lawyers in response to the probe agency's notice dated 3rd of January. The police had, however, stopped his vehicle and refused entry to his lawyers inside the building. After a standoff that lasted for nearly 45 minutes, KTR left the ACB office after submitting his reply to the notice. The ACB had summoned KTR in connection with the Formula E race case involving the transfer of 45 crores to a foreign company. Formula E organizers, that is FOE, in February of 2023. Let me now go across to my colleague Noor Mohammed, who is joining us on the phone line to bring us all the updates on this particular story. नूर, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका इस ब्रॉडकास्ट में। ये बताइए कि क्या कुछ हुआ, रेड्स कब से शुरू हुई? हमने ये सुनने में आया है कि तड़के आज जो है रेड शुरू हो गई केटीआर के अलग अलग रेजिडेंसेस पर। नूर,
देखिए, जिस तरह से ये कॉस्ट पिटीशन डाला था केटीआर ने तेलंगाना हाईकोर्ट के अंदर, आखिरकार कोर्ट ने भी उनको यही कहा कि आप पुलिस की जो तहकीकात कर रही है उसको सपोर्ट करिए, उसके बाद जो भी होगा बाद में बात होगी। हाईकोर्ट ने बाकायदा उनकी पिटीशन को निकाल दिया है। देखिए, जितने भी कंपनियां उस वक्त उनके साथ मुआहदा किया था, उनके साथ एग्रीमेंट हुआ था, उन कंपनी के जो मेन हेडक्वार्टर्स है उनके ऑफिसर्स से राइट हुआ है। कहीं पर भी ये एसीबी ने नहीं कहा कि ये हम पूरी तरह जांच पड़ताल कर रहे हैं, लेकिन फिल वक्त जो उन्होंने जिन कंपनियों के साथ एग्रीमेंट किया था उन्हीं कंपनियों के आंध्र प्रदेश और तेलंगाना के कुछ उनके ऑफिसर्स पर आज एसीबी के अधिकारियों की तरफ से छापामारी की गई थी, पूरी तरह चेकिंग किया गया था। देखिए केटीआर ये बार बार ये कह रहे थे कि जो भी एसीबी इन्वेस्टिगेशन करेगी, मेरे एडवोकेट मेरे साथ रहेंगे। एक साजिश के तहत तेलंगाना सरकार और पुलिस से साजिश रचा रही है। कहीं ना कहीं ये बात उन्होंने अंदेशा जाहिर कर रहा था। कल ही उन्होंने कहा था कि मेरे ऑफिसर्स पर, मेरे घर पर हमले हो सकते हैं, छापे मारी जा सकती है। मगर आज देखिए जिस तरह से जो अग्रीमेंट हुआ था, उन्हीं हेड ऑफिसों पर आज एसीबी के अधिकारियों ने छानबीन शुरू की है। दूसरी तरफ ईडी की नोटिस भी आ गई थी। ईडी के पास आज केटीआर को जाना था। आज कोर्ट में केस होने की वजह से वो ईडी के पास नहीं जा पाए थे, मगर आखिरी वक्त में हाईकोर्ट ने जैसा ही इनके क्वाश पिटीशन को खारिज किया, उसके बाद ईडी ने एक नोटिस भेज दिए कि तुम 16 तारीख को हमारे ऑफिस आइए, हमारे को तहकीकात करना है और हमारा इन्वेस्टिगेशन पूरा करिए। देखिए इस बात को भी केटीआर अग्री हुए हैं। अब वो 16 तारीख को ईडी ऑफिस जाएंगे। फिर वक्त एसीबी पूरे तेलंगाना और आंध्रा के अंदर जो थर्ड पार्टी से जो उन्होंने अग्रीमेंट की थी, इन ऑफिसों पर फिर वक्त छापामारी कर रही है।
नूर, ये बताइए कि जहां तक उन्होंने पहले आगाह कर दिया था सबको कि मेरे घरों पर भी छापामारी की जाएगी, जो कल जो ड्रामा हुआ नूर, उसके बारे में थोड़े तफ्तीश से बताइए। जहां वो लॉयर्स के साथ गए, लेकिन पुलिस ने कहा कि लॉयर्स को कोई परमिशन नहीं है अंदर जाने की, आप बेशक जाइए, और वहीं से लौट के केटीआर गारू वापस आ गए।
देखिए बहुत बड़ा हंगामा हुआ है। देखिए केटीआर ये चाहते थे कि मैं मेरे एडवोकेट के साथ ही एसीबी ऑफिस पे जाऊंगा। एसीबी ये कह रही थी कि सर हमने आपको नोटिस दिया है, आप आइए और हम जो भी पूछेंगे, वैसे भी पूरा केस सामने है, पूरे बातचीतें आपके सामने ही, हम वही पूछेंगे। मगर केटीआर इस बात को मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं थे। वो सिंगल एसीबी ऑफिस में जाए और एसीबी जो भी सवाल किए बोझार उनके उतारेंगे, उसका फेस करना एसीबी केटीआर खुद नहीं चाहते थे, क्योंकि केटीआर बार बार यही कह रहे थे कि राज्य सरकार एक साजिश बचा रही है, तेलंगाना पुलिस एक साजिश के तहत इनको कहीं ना कहीं फंसाना चाहती है। बार बार केटीआर कहते आ रहे थे। देखिए एसीबी ऑफिस के सामने केटीआर जिद पे आकर बढ़ गए कि मैं जाऊंगा तो एडवोकेट के साथ ही जाऊंगा, मैं तनहा नहीं जाऊंगा, मैं सिंगल जाना नहीं चाहता, क्योंकि सरकार ये पुलिस मुझ पर साजिश रचा रही है। आखिरकार किसी भी सूरत में एसीबी के अधिकारियों ने एडवोकेट के साथ केटीआर को अंदर आने नहीं दिया और बाद में उन्हें वो खुद वहां से वापिस हो गए और अपने पार्टी ऑफिस चला गए। देखिए कल दिन भर यही चलते रहा, मगर एसीबी ने वैसे भी एक क्वाश पिटीशन ऑलरेडी कोर्ट में थी केटीआर की, आज वो पूरी तरह खारिज हो चुकी है। अब एसीबी को पूरी तरह एक खुला मैदान, एक खुला रास्ता साफ हो गया। कोर्ट और केटीआर और एसीबी के बीच में अब कोई आड़ नहीं रही। देखिए अब डायरेक्ट केटीआर को एसीबी बात करते थे। कल तक कोर्ट के अंदर क्वाश पिटीशन की बात बार बार केटीआर कर रहे थे, आज पूरी तरह मामला साफ हो गया। अब एसीबी कहीं ना कहीं अब इस केस के अंदर बहुत तेजी के साथ जा रही है और पूरे जितने भी उस वक्त की सरकार जो लोगों से अग्रीमेंट की थी, क्यों अग्रीमेंट किए थे, किसको फायदा हुआ है, किसको नुकसान हुआ है, अगर पूरी तरह राज्य सरकार और उस वक्त के मिनिस्टर के अनुमति के साथ ही पैसा ट्रांसफर हुआ, इस पूरी जानकारी, पूरी छानबीन अब राज्य सरकार की तरफ से की जा रही है।
ये बताइए कि अभी जो कुछ रायतु भरोसा को लेके हुआ, बीआरएस के जितने भी कार्यकर्ता थे वो सड़कों पे उतर गए, बहुत प्रोटेस्ट किया, जगह जगह जाके उन लोगों ने प्रोटेस्ट किया, और उसके बाद लोन वेवर को लेकर भी इन लोगों में बहुत गुस्सा था जो उन्होंने दिखाया। जाहिर सी बात है ऑपोजिशन है नूर मोहम्मद। अब ये बताइए कि आप क्या सुन रहे हैं, व्हाट आर यू पिकिंग अप ऑन द ग्राउंड? ये जो रेड्स हुई हैं और जो केटीआर पर जो तहमतें वगैरह लगाए गए, आरोप लगाए गए हैं, इनको लेकर अब बीआरएस क्या कुछ करने वाली है? बिकॉज सुनने में आया है, और आप ही हमारे हैं वहां रिपोर्टर, कि वो लोग प्रोटेस्ट की तैयारी कर रहे हैं नूर मोहम्मद।
देखिए राज्य सरकार बार बार यही कही थी कि राज्य सरकार जिस वक्त इलेक्शन लड़ना चाहती थी, जो कांग्रेस की गवर्नमेंट है, उन्होंने आने के सरकार में अगर आज हम आ जाएंगे तो आम जनता के लिए इतने फैसिलिटीज देंगे कि कभी सोच भी नहीं सकते। इस तरह की बातें कांग्रेस के लोगों ने और कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने बार बार कहते आए थे और इलेक्शन भी जीत गए और वो सरकार में आ गए। अब जो बेनिफिट जो देना था आम जनता के लिए, जिस तरह के वादे कांग्रेस ने की थी, वो लगभग थोड़े बहुत में कमी बेशी कहीं ना कहीं होते जा रही है। देखिए बार बार बीआरएस पार्टी यही कह रही है कि जो चीजें कांग्रेस सरकार रूलिंग में आने से पहले कही थी, रूलिंग में आने से पहले जो भरोसा आम जनता को दिया था, राइट भरोसा हुआ, बहुत सारे स्कीम्स जो थे वो कहीं ना कहीं राज्य सरकार फेल होते जा रही है, जिससे हम सवाल पूछने पर उसको डाइवर्शन करने के लिए कांग्रेस सरकार इस तरह के हरबे इस्तेमाल कर रही है। इस तरह एक साजिश के तहत मुझे बताई जा रही है। देखिए उसको जो भी एग्रीमेंट हुए थे, जो भी बातचीत हुई थी, सब सरकार के पास है, पूरा डेटा सरकार के पास है। सरकार उसको आम जनता को जो वादे की थी उसको इंप्लीमेंट करने के बजाय जो पुराने पहले फोर्स कर ये साजिश के तहत मुझे अटका रही है, ये बार बार बीआरएस पार्टी की तरफ से कहा जा रहा है।
All right, Noor Mohammed, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast and bringing us up to speed on the raids conducted on KTR. The next story, which is coming up, we're getting you, like I said, in the South Indian, different types of stories from all the states of South of India. Asha workers go on a strike in Karnataka over inadequate salary as well as pending dues. What's their story, which is coming up in a second? Don't miss it. There you are, the women are all in pink. Asha workers striking over inadequate salary and pending dues. Is the government listening? Over 42,000 Asha, that is accredited social health activist workers in Karnataka, are on an indefinite strike at Freedom Park in Bengaluru. Starting today, demanding fixed and better wages and also recognition for their contribution in healthcare delivery. The Asha workers are deemed part of the National Health Mission and work as a bridge between people and the healthcare system, especially in rural areas. They work in various government campaigns such as immunization, maternal health, sanitation, disease prevention, safe childbirth, etc. For anyone in a rural area, an Asha worker is the go-to person for any medical care. They work, but they are not paid regularly and only get incentives for the tasks they fulfill, and that is the crux of their strike on your screens right now. These are the demands of the protesting Asha workers. Like I said, coming up on your screen, a monthly honorarium of 15,000 and immediate dispersal of pending dues of 3 months. Apart from a fixed monthly honorarium, Asha workers are also demanding an increase of 2,000 rupees for city-based workers, which they say is mandatory to meet the higher cost of living in urban areas. Another key demand is the withdrawal of an official memorandum which was issued on 28th of November, which mandates that Asha workers should use smartphones for their tasks. Their other demands include withdrawal of Asha soft platform over malfunctioning resulting in loss of pay for workers, increase the retirement benefit to 5 lakhs for these workers, conduct annual comprehensive health checkup for all Asha workers and provide free treatment in cases of serious illnesses. Consider Asha workers as government employees, provide them equal pay for equal work, ESI, PF and such other benefits. In the wake of the strike, the Health Department has issued a circular that no leave except for medical emergencies shall be granted to the health staff, and efforts are on to depute new Asha workers if the strike extends to more days. Let me tell you, the government needs to take cognizance of the fact that the absence of Asha workers shall debilitate the rural healthcare system to a large extent, and some measures need to be taken to avoid this in the near future. My colleague Mohammad Wajiullah filed this ground report from the site of the protest in Bengaluru. Take a look.
So behind me is a sea of people in pink. These are Asha workers who have come here to Freedom Park today to protest against pending dues that they have been waiting for from the government. Now these people are from across the state, from 28 districts of Karnataka, from different parts of Karnataka, who have come here asking or demanding for their pending dues, which they have been waiting for the last 3 months. Now these workers over here, as you can see, ma'am, idರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು?
ಆಶಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತೆಗೆ ಮಾಸಿಕ 15,000 ಗೌರವಧನ ನೀಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ರು.
Okay, so as you heard that they are here demanding for 15,000 rupees as compensation that they are waiting for. Now, and these Asha workers are prominent people who are the link between the health ministry and the public. These are the people who bring awareness across various places within the city, within the state and at various districts.
All right, after that ground report, let me now go across to Mohammad Wajiullah himself to get more updates on the story. Waji, I see that those women, what one knows is that they had been forewarning. I know it's a wrong word to use, but they had been appealing to the government for days on, and every day newspapers, who's the link for us, you used to say that they may go on strike any day now, maybe 7th is the day, and it happens. The point is, why is no one listening to them? What is the point of having Asha workers if you are going to ignore them? Buy a smartphone? Seriously, the cost of a smartphone, and also most of them, how to use it. I mean, these are all real rock stars. They can deliver a baby like no other man can, but then use a smartphone, spend so much money. Very unfair, Wajiullah.
Well, you're rightly said, Sudha, because the country owes it to these ASHA workers, because during the COVID time, it was these ASHA workers who were there out on the ground, making sure that all the guidelines that were followed, that were passed on by the ICMR, was properly implemented in various places, especially in the rural areas of the country. It is these ASHA workers who make sure that they make ends meet together. But what has happened with them right now is something that is horrifying. And let me add this also, because this is very important. Their protest is going on for the last 8 years. They have been demanding a 15,000 honorarium from the center and the state, increase in their salary, an additional 2,000 for city workers, because staying in a city is not an easy task. It is expensive. Apart from that, they are surprised with the fact that they have been asked to get smartphones. Apart from smartphones, there are a lot of ASHA workers who cannot use smartphones. They are also forced into getting one. So they are asking the government to come out with a plan, a middle ground, where those who cannot use their smartphones, they are also incorporated. Apart from that, one bigger demand is that they be given a 3 months leave, sick leave. What has happened in the past few years is that we've seen that ASHA workers have been complaining that they do not get leave for any of the things. Even if they are sick, they are asked to come to work the next day or that day itself, because there is nobody to fill in their shoes. And that is why they have been demanding that, like how other officers and other employees have sick leave, they also should get those sick leave. So these are a few demands that they've been asking, and trust me, these demands are not anything big for a government which pays a lot of salaries to its employees, and these are those workers who are the last link.
Absolutely, you know, these are absolutely, these are angels in pink saris, as it were. Vaji, I'll come back to you. Let's listen in to their protest for a bit, and I come back to you. All right, a lot of anger there and frustration, you know, Vaji, more than anything, I think it's about giving these women dignity to work. Has the government even reacted? Because if they extend their strike, it is very easy for the health department to say, okay, if you go on leave, we will do this, we will recruit new ASHA workers. But the entire rural system in Karnataka will crumble, Vajiullah. Any kind of a peep from the government so far, or is it busy thinking about who should be the next KPCC president, as it were?
So far, we have not got any assurance from the government or any word from them with regards to this. Today is the first day of the protest, so we might listen to them. We might get to hear something from the government in the coming days. And we don't know how long will this protest go on, because from what I have learned, they've been telling me that it's going to be an indefinite strike. So let's hope that the government's ears open up and they are taking this into cognizance.
Be for next few days, Vajiullah. It has to be in next few hours. Let's now go to our next story, also coming from Karnataka. PWD contractor in Karnataka seeks mercy killing over pending dues from the government. How sad can that be? All right, Karnataka contractor seeks mercy killing over what? Pending dues. Like I said, it can't be sadder than this. This is a contractor who worked at the Public Works Department in Karnataka, and his name is Mohammad Mazhar, and he has made a plea seeking mercy killing, citing financial distress caused by unpaid dues from the state government. He has claimed the government is yet to release a payment of 25 lakh rupees for municipal projects which was completed in 2022 and 23. Imagine, leaving him in dire financial straits. In a letter to the governor, the contractor revealed that he had completed a drainage project worth 5 lakhs and another contract worth 20 lakhs under the State Finance Commission Special Grant for 2022-23. In his plea, Mazhar wrote, and I quote him, "I am left with no choice but to request permission for mercy killing as I can no longer bear the crippling financial strain." Close quote. This development has sparked a major political uproar in Karnataka. Union Minister and former Chief Minister of Karnataka, HT Kumaraswamy, targeted the Congress government, accusing it of perpetuating a 60% commission culture in awarding contracts. In a post on X, Kumaraswamy alleged that contractors, including Congress-affiliated ones, have accused the ruling government of demanding exorbitant bribes. HDK cautioned and questioned Chief Minister Siddaramaia's stance, and he said, quote, "You know demand for every allegation, but didn't you accuse the BJP government of a 40% commission without proof?" He urged Siddaramaiya to either clear Mazhar's dues or address his mercy-killing plea. Home Minister of Karnataka, Parameshwara, hit back at Kumaraswamy for his 60% commission allegation and asked him to provide evidence, proof in the case, and denied all the allegations. This is the third such case, ladies and gentlemen, reported in recent times in Karnataka, where a state contractor has complained of financial stress and also tension over unpaid dues and commission. Last month, a contractor named Sachin Panchal had committed suicide and blamed an aide of Priyank Kharge for allegedly abetting for him to die by suicide by asking him for commission. Then back in 2022, yet another contractor called Santosh Patil had died by suicide, naming the then minister Ishwarappa for a suicide note, blaming him for asking for 40% commission on contracts. This contractors' tension has become like a disease in Karnataka. Mohammad Wajiullah, my colleague, who's broken most of these stories on how the contractors are facing tension after tension, brings us up to speed. How sad can this be, Mohammad Wajiullah? We've had 2 cases of deaths by suicide, and this one is saying mercy killing. Give it to me. What is going on?
So, the concept of the person asking for his own death just because he's not able to clear his dues itself is shocking, and this would be very serious because this is just the second case in this particular government where a contractor has come out asking for money. And mind you, in the coming days, we might see more because Kumaraswamy has tweeted right now, and in that he's put out data which we were also correlating, and his numbers are close to the number that we have also come across. Close to 30,000 crore rupees is pending to be paid to these contractors for all the work that they have done within the city or outside the city or in the state itself. Be it your footpath development, be it your road laying, be it putting poles, pipes or street lights. All these things are taken by these contractors on the basis that they will be given money after the work is done, after the inspection is done. While in the Mazhar's case, inspection is done, everything is over, but still money has not been transferred to him, and it was a project that was done in 2022, which is 3 years from now. So he's been waiting for 25 lakhs for the last 3 years from the government so that he can also pay the dues from where he has taken money to do the sanctioned work. Now, there are so many other contractors whose life depends on this money, and close to when you have a number of 30,000 crores pending from the government to be paid to contractors, you are clearly getting an idea about how many contractors are still need to be paid and how many are in the verge of how Mazhar's situation is. And there are others like Santosh Patil and Sachin Panchal who have lost hope and killed themselves. So this is another situation where we are seeing how farmers used to commit suicide because of the problems that they have. Now you are also seeing a trend of contractors.
Yeah, like I said, it's becoming a very unfortunate trend, Mohammad Wajiullah, in Karnataka. One contractor after the other dying by suicide. Thank you so much, Vaji, for joining us on this broadcast. And I'm going to take a short break, but I'm going to tell you the story which we shall track now. 7 HMPV cases reported in India. Authorities are urging caution but asking public to remain calm and not panic. That's after the break. See you on the other side.
history for a reason tonight.
Will it change the shape of American foreign policy? Violence has erupted in Manipur once again. How can we pass judgment, sir, before any inquiry that, they were volunteers or militants, sir?
In the chaos of battle, one weapon stands as a silent reaper of the battlefield. It can kill at ranges of over 3 kilometers. Just one precise shot can shatter enemy lines, disrupt entire formations, and tip the scales of war. This is a weapon born in Bharat, and it's crafted to take on the best in the world. This is the S Defense Sabre, and you're watching Guns of India.
This and more. Streaming on News9, plus subscribe and get free vouchers.
What is to the nines? In literal terms, it's perfection. But to us, it's not just a phrase, it's an attitude. One that starts at your desk and sends a statement to the world. To the nines is about taking charge. It's a way of life where every seam, every fold, is crafted with excellence. It's timeless elegance and uncompromising quality made for the corner office. It's the ideas that inspire redefining order and elevating the tabletop. To the nines, for the leaders of today and the visionaries of tomorrow.
All right, welcome back. HMPV spread, take caution, I beg your pardon, but do not panic. That's the message, and that's what you and I have to remember. This is the South Indian telling you, don't panic, just be careful. We are all used to it, aren't we? The HMPV cases in India have now risen to 7. No panic. They will rise, but they are all under control. After 2 new cases were reported in Maharashtra's Nagpur, these 2 cases were detected in 2 children aged 7 and 14 who were admitted to a private hospital for treatment of fever and cough. In total, 7 cases of the HMPV have till now surfaced in India, with 3 cases each reported in Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and 1 case in Gujarat. Let us now focus more on the virus, its symptoms and treatment. Nothing to panic, let me tell you. The HMPV is a respiratory virus which causes infections in upper and lower respiratory systems and can impact people of all ages. The virus is supposed to be highly contagious and spreads through coughs and sneezes. The incubation period for HMPV is typically between 3 to 6 days, and infected individuals can spread the virus even before symptoms appear, much like common cold, you see. Children, elderly, and those with compromised immune systems are most vulnerable. The symptoms of this virus are similar to other respiratory infections, in which high fever can last for several days. There is of course a persistent cough, runny or stuffy nose, shortness of breath, a sore throat, fatigue and muscle ache. There is no specific antiviral treatment for HMPV, and it's only management of the disease, and that involves supportive care. And in severe cases, there could be hospitalization or oxygen therapy may be required. Preventing HMPV infection involves, of course, good hygiene, like we should do most days. Wash your hands regularly, cover your mouth while coughing or sneezing. Those who are sick should avoid close contact with others, and surfaces should be disinfected regularly. As of today, while there is no vaccine for the HMPV, research is of course on to find one, and I'm sure one will be found sooner rather than later. Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, former chief scientist of the WHO, in a post on X said, and I quote her here, HMP virus is nothing to panic about. It's a known virus that causes respiratory infections, mostly mild. Rather than jump at detection of every pathogen, we should all take normal precautions when we have a cold. Wear a mask, wash hands, avoid crowds, consult doctor if these are severe symptoms. Meanwhile, Union Health Minister JP Nadda has also urged people to take caution, but then remain calm. Listening.
चीन में जो HMPV वायरस के मामले पर हाल ही में आई रिपोर्ट्स पर स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय ने इंडियन काउंसिल फॉर मेडिकल रिसर्च के साथ और नेशनल सेंटर फॉर डिजीज कंट्रोल के साथ और वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ चीन सहित पड़ोसी देशों में स्थिति पर कड़ी निगरानी रखे हुए है। WHO ने भी स्थिति का संज्ञान लिया है और जल्द ही वो भी अपनी रिपोर्ट साझा करेंगे हमसे। ICMR इंडियन काउंसिल फॉर मेडिकल रिसर्च और इंटीग्रेटेड डिजीज सर्विलेंस प्रोग्राम IDSP के साथ उपलब्ध सांस संबंधित वायरस के देशव्यापी डेटा को भी समीक्षा की जा रही है और भारत में किसी भी कॉमन रेस्पिरेटरी वायरल पैथोजन में किसी भी प्रकार की वृद्धि नहीं देखी गई है।
So there you have it, all the voices saying together, take caution, do not panic at all. Let's now move on to our next story, and this is the big one. Coming from Tamil Nadu, AIADMK chief Edapaddi Palaniswami says his party did not boycott Governor R.N. Ravi's address. All right, that's the big story. He says we did not boycott Governor R.N. Ravi's address. That's Palaniswamy and that's Governor R.N. Ravi. The confrontation between Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi and the state government has become routine. I said this yesterday and I will say it again. The latest was yesterday, which was a repeat of what had happened twice before at the inaugural session of the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly, when Governor Ravi did not read the text prepared by the state government and had walked out like he had the previous year, claiming he did not agree with the remarks prepared by the government of Tamil Nadu. In the recent eyeball-to-eyeball encounter between Governor Ravi and the Tamil Nadu government, the governor upped and left the assembly without delivering his customary address. His complaint was that the national anthem was not played after the state anthem, which is the Tamil Thai Varthu. Ravi had insisted that the national anthem be played, but then that did not happen. Within minutes of walking out, the governor's office issued a statement accusing the Tamil Nadu government of disrespecting the constitution by not singing the national anthem at the beginning of the session, and then released another one asserting how much respect he had for the Tamil people and culture. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin reacted to the incident, calling the governor's actions childish, and also added to say that R.N. Ravi has continuously insulted and questioned why should someone who is unwilling to perform their political and legal duties should remain in office at all. This confrontation now has assumed gigantic proportions, with the DMK taking out a protest march with placards saying, "Get out Ravi." DMK Organization Secretary R.S. Bharati alleged the governor was jealous of Tamil Nadu's progress under Stalin and dismissed his reasons for skipping the session as lame excuses. Listen to what Bharati said.
He has been continuously doing this for the last 3 years. Last year he has been giving lame excuses and been walking out of the assembly. Instead of that, he could have boycotted the assembly and stayed at the Raj Bhavan. It is an insult to the state legislature as well as to the people of Tamil Nadu. And moreover, he has blamed the Tamil Thai, which has been in practice for nearly 50 years. For 5 decades it is in practice. That practice he wants to break now, and he has not given any reason for that. You have got highest regard for the nationalism.
DMK's General Secretary Kanimuri minced no words either and suggested that Ravi refrained from attending sessions if he was unwilling to fulfill his constitutional duty. She said, "Why play politics? The governor can take leave instead." And she also added that Chief Minister M.K. Stalin's patience was now nearing its limit. But then the principal opposition party and the other main Dravidian party, the AIADMK, which also took to the streets protesting against the horrific Anna University sexual assault case, and its chief Edapaddi Palaniswami and the former chief minister asserted that his party did not boycott the governor's address to the House. He said, and I am quoting the former chief minister here, they, that is members of the ruling party, are functioning deliberately so as to prevent him, that is Mr. Ravi, from delivering his address. Palaniswami also added that he did not witness any change in the convention of the House when queried about Ravi's insistence on playing the national anthem before the state song, that is Tamil Thai Varthu. Even as the former alliance partner of AIADMK, the BJP has gone out all in support of Governor Ravi, as evidenced by what Tamilisai Soundararajan said. Listen in to her and I come back.
I want to condemn the Tamil Nadu government. Today, in all the district headquarters, they are agitating against the governor. For the governor requesting for the national anthem. I am asking Stalin government, or the opposition leaders are not having the right to agitate? Their voices are crushed. There is no any freedom of expression in Tamil Nadu. Whether it is governor voice, opposite partners crushed, women voice crushed, and even the governor's voice is not respected.
Well, the AIADMK's response has raised many questions, eyebrows, considering 2026 is just around the corner. Let's figure out why they're saying that they did not boycott Governor Ravi's address, which is so controversial today. Joining us, Saravanan Annadurai, spokesperson for the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, Kovai Satyan, spokesperson for the AIADMK, who will join us on the phone line. We are still awaiting him. S. Muralidharan, political analyst, and S. Venkat Narayan, sir, senior journalist. All of them are here. A very, very warm welcome to you. Muralidharan, I want to ask you, what is with Edapaddi Palaniswami? He says he did not boycott, Governor Ravi's address yesterday, and it seems like he's completely washing his hands off, saying, I did not notice any change at all. I mean, where was he? I think he was in the assembly. Am I right, Murali?
Yeah, see, one angle is to look at this is, yes, the Tamil Thai Varthu sprayed first, after that the speech, then followed by the national anthem. I think this was started during Jayalalitha's time. So that's probably one reason why he is washing his hands off.
No, but wasn't it during Kalinger's time? I'll ask Saravanan. I think it was sometime in 1970, if my memory does not prove wrong. But even if it was started at Jayalalitha's time, Muralidharan, the thing is, you and I know that when everything gets over, then we sing Jana Gana Mana. So it is convention, or even in a school, even in a public function where we all go during 15th August. This is completely going against the convention, and to say I was not there. Saravanan Annadurai, please correct.
Yes.
Was it? Yeah, please come into the debate, sir.
Yeah. See, that's what. It is our great leader, Dr. Kalaignar, who made this as the anthem of the Tamil language. But it was in 1991 when it was made into part of the governor's address. It was sung in the assembly from 1991. Now the whole controversy is this. As you rightly pointed out, from 1991 until now, it is how the way it is, the order is like this. It starts with the invocation of the Tamil Thai Varthu, then it ends with the national anthem. And now suddenly the governor, who refuses to read out the governor's address which is given to him, has found a novel way to skip from his constitutional duty, and he has blamed that they have insulted the national anthem. Where is the insult here? He is insulting Tamil Thai Varthu.
Right. So this is the
law we have here. See.
Yeah. Let me also go to Kovai Satyan, who's now joined us. Kovai Satyan, I mean, welcome to the debate, sir. Edapaddi saying that we did not boycott R.N. Ravi's address. To me, it sounds very strange, because he also has added in that what my reporter is saying, that he went on to say that I did not notice any particular change in the convention of the assembly in Tamil Nadu. I mean, I find this very strange. You sing the Tamil Thai Varthu, you've also ruled Tamil Nadu for years, and right at the end you sing the national anthem. What is Edapaddi Palaniswami hinting at, Kovai Satyan?
We need answers for a burning issue. one of the prestigious institute in India, a molestation has taken place within the premises, which has put the image at stake of Tamil Nadu. And we need answers. Our focus is to get the answers from the ruling government, who is incompetent of the highest standards. So whenever the incompetence of DMK, Stalin-led DMK is under fire, their savior is governor. All I would say is, governor has come as a savior to DMK yesterday. If it were to be a norm from the governor's point of view, he had already set a precedent. Last year, he delivered the governor's address without the national anthem being sung in the beginning.
So, because you do two wrongs, don't make a right, right? There is a convention you have to follow.
It is and not also, a question of wrong.
Satyan,
it is a question of what tradition to be followed.
I am with you for that young woman. I have done 4 or 5 stories on this. There is anger, there is disappointment, there are tears. But you cannot mix metaphors here, Kovai Satyan. You can't. These are 2 different issues completely. I am asking, why is it that Palaniswami said that they did not? So you did not boycott RN Ravi's address, is it? You are with RN Ravi, is it?
We had given a letter to the Assembly Speaker after the governor's address is over. Set aside all the other proceedings and discuss this issue. We had given a letter which was not taken forward. So the entire focus of AIADMK is clear.
Right.
We need answers, and the government is trying to safeguard a DMK office bearer who is involved.
Right. Listen, we
so
are
let the truth come out and deliver justice to the girl.
No, but this kind of, I'm sorry, Satyan, I mean, I have to say this what about, sorry, my apologies. This is not going to work with me because I'm very clear. The story today is on Palaniswami saying they did not boycott Ravi's address. Mr. Sir, WT Naran, sir, please come in here. Sir, these are 2 different stories altogether. What the governor did yesterday, the honorable governor, there is a clash between the 2 sides here, between DMK and between Governor Ravi. For him to say, Edapaddi to say that we did not boycott it, you know what I feel like saying? Just because you were in alliance with the BJP earlier and the 2026 is knocking at your door, are you changing colors? Is it a political gimmick? Is my question. WT Naran, sir.
It's absolutely very clear. The thing that you are hinting at is what must have been the reason why the AIADMK leader said what he did. See, the governor simply walked out 3 minutes after he entered the assembly on the grounds that the national anthem was not being played and all that. And this is the 3rd time that the governor has staged a walkout from the assembly. It's very, very unfortunate that we have a situation not just in Tamil Nadu, but even in Indian Parliament also, which forced the Supreme Court to make some caustic remarks yesterday about leaders of the opposition and people from the governing party, are not in a position to use dignified language to express their views, and they tend to get abusive. That's a different matter. But with all respect due to the governor, I'm afraid what he did yesterday was not right. It is very unfortunate that governors appointed by the BJP are having problems. In Kerala, mercifully, the governor has been transferred to Bihar. It would be nice to see that Ravi is transferred. He's already done more than 4 years. And even though he belongs to the Kerala cadre of the IPS, he's been the governor of Nagaland also. But I think, this kind of disruptive practices are not acceptable in a civilized democracy.
All right. Unfortunately, we've called drops. I mean, for Kovai Satyan as well as Sharon and Annadure, they both, DMK and AIADMK, have decided to walk out from this assembly, as it were, although we are behaving ourselves completely. Muralidharan, I want to come to you, considering that you have watched Tamil Nadu politics very, very closely and you always speak your mind. This kind of newfound friendship, with a side, I'm not saying you should not side up with Ravi, Murali. I'm not saying that. The Honorable Governor, you may side up with them because, like I said, this confrontation has now become routine. You said this, I will say this, you said... It's boring now, actually, neat. You take any case. But to say, I don't find anything wrong with it, Don't you think that it is completely hiding, eclipsing the truth, as it were? And if you look at Edapaddi Palaniswami, who's he? He's a politician. So why is he saying something like this? Obviously for political gains. Don't you see a political kind of a gain or conspiracy behind what he said?
It is, Sudhasi, it is political. Okay, one way, because as Satyan said, the current burning issue is the girl molestation case. DMK has not been giving permission for any kind of protest in Tamil Nadu, starting with the girls issue, as well as there's a whistleblower NGO called Arapor, who wanted to, express their displeasure that no action is being taken against the electricity minister, as well as the Adani corruptions which is linked to that. So they are also pretty upset, and they keep asking that, you guys are against the central government, you keep saying they're fascist, but why are you protecting Adani? So there is an issue, and in fact, the alliance partners of DMK, like the communists, they have come forward and voiced against this, saying that,
yeah, that I'm going to ask Saravanan, who's back. I mean, this question about how come you held a protest today, and with Get Out Ravi, this holding placards, and also having that little cartoon about Edapaddi Palaniswami talking to Governor Ravi, and Governor Ravi saying super idea and all that. Great. But the point is, Saravanan, this is a question that how come even PMK has alleged that you did not allow their protest to come. Also, this NGO, Arapur Ekam, if I'm not wrong, Jairam, who's the head of it, and other people. How come that you have the permission to protest, Saravanan Annadurai?
Actually, there was no permission to protest today.
Okay.
The DMK cadres, they defied the orders and they protested, and cases have been registered against them. See, when the PMK went to the court said, stop politicizing these issues. You have gone to the court has taken cognizance of the issue, and it is your duty to give protection to women. And you are trying to politicize. Don't do this. What you are going to gain by doing a protest on this? This is what the High Court said when they went to the High Court seeking permission to protest. And these people, they're trying to hide their incompetence. They're not able to stomach the popularity of the chief minister and the government.
Okay, so
and that is why they're let me finish.
Finish.
Just a minute. See, all of them are trying to pin the blame on the DMK government for what happened in Anna University. Within the campus, whatever happens is the responsibility of the university authorities. And who's responsible for the university now? It is the chancellor, the governor, and he has not appointed a vice chancellor. Okay. And it is the registrar who's responsible for the security and the well-being of the students within the campus. Just a moment. Then they are saying, we want to get justice for the victim. Yes, the justice was secured when the accused person has been arrested. The ADMK tom-tom.
Yeah, but we are going into Anna University sexual assault, which is another story. Saravanan Annadurai, what is the way out? Now you have protested, you have taken to the streets. We are showing visuals, ladies and gentlemen, of the protest, which was started by the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, which is against Governor Ravi's address yesterday. I want to know as to what is the next step. Oops, I think we've lost the connection to Saravanan Annadurai. Let me go to, Venkat Narayan sir. Venkat Narayan sir, this is the 19th time, when this confrontation is happening. This is a constitutional post, sir. What is the way out? Now, Edapaddi says, I do not. Of course, there is politics. You have said it right at the beginning. It is politics. He is trying to, yet again, some kind of support, maybe from the BJP, with whom the marriage, they divorced each other. But tell me, to this problem, which is a perennial problem, what is the way out, sir?
No, I think, the AIADMK clearly is keeping its options open about the possibility of joining hands with the BJP, it would seem, because the governor was not inside the house even for 3 minutes. Where is the question of the AIADMK or anybody boycotting the governor's speech? Maybe the governor found this as an excuse because maybe he may not have liked what was written and given out to him so that he could read. But the point is, it's very unfortunate that the governors are being used in non-BJP ruled states to create problems for the those governments.
Good point.
They should dispense with that, and ideally, just like the Kerala governor has been sent off to Bihar, it would be nice to see Mr. Ravi being sent off to somewhere in the northeast.
Good
or whatever,
point. Yeah, good point that you make.
Go on.
Yeah, you say this cannot go on. Let me go to Muralidharan. Muralidharan, do you agree that now the governor's post has almost become, like a political person, in a state? That is first question, and quickly, if you can. And number two is, do you think Edapaddi Palaniswami, after this statement, is once again making it very clear that it's all in the family? Let's shake hands with the BJP yet again and face 2026, which I think could be harakiri. Your comments on it?
Yeah, first of all, I don't agree with the post of Governor Sudha. Apart from, being a police for the central government, they had no value except unless the government is dismissed or anything. And they're actually like pushing paper sitting there. So that post itself is redundant. It has to go along with the colonial hangover which we still have. Second, coming to Edapaddi, I don't think he is looking at BJP because he's categorical, and he knows that if he joins with BJP, 15% of vote share, which is the minority vote share, is going to go away, and that's again risking the election itself. He might end up with the same 66 seats once again, and in spite of apart from that, he will have to shed out at least some 30-40 seats to BJP, who doesn't even have candidates to field in those 30-40 seats. So that's being the case, it's too premature to think about it.
Right. So if it's premature, but if it's premature, Murali, did he then jump the gun by saying this? Then why did he say this?
No, he's politics. Sudha, see, he's been aggrieved saying that, he didn't get permission to protest. So he's unhappy about it. So he's playing to the gallery right now, saying that, I didn't notice anything wrong. Because he should know, as Sarana also acknowledged, it was in 1991 during Jayalalitha's regime. She brought in this sequence of, Tamil Thai Valtu, governor's speech and this thing. So that's very clear in that. So he can't say no to that or ignore that.
But then he's the Dravidian, he's the other monolithic Dravidian party. Venkat Narayan sir, do you think by saying this, he somehow has sidled up or sided with, allegedly a representation of New Delhi or the BJP government, and that is not going to be good for AIADMK, which has All India Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam.
Yeah, I think this is a big issue there. Unfortunately, the two national parties, the Congress party and the BJP, don't really have any, support base worth mentioning in Tamil Nadu. And it's very clear that the BJP is seen in Tamil Nadu as a North Indian party, which is only promoting Hindi and, things like that. And anybody who aligns with the BJP is, I'm afraid, bound to lose the elections.
All right. And on that note, I've completely run, out of time, and my thanks are due to all the guests. But one thing is clear: Palaniswamy may have, made a self-goal this time around. And with that, the South Indian says goodbye, but only for today. I'm going to be here tomorrow, bring you all the stories from all the states of South India, and of course, make you think, opinionate. Join me on Twitter, on Instagram, and tell us what more do you want us to do. Until tomorrow then, Vanakkam, Namaskaram.
If it's a cancer, then what?
It's very distressing.
Anyone can have cancer.
Mentality है कि ये बीमारी मुझे नहीं हो सकती.
There's a thing called cancer is right inside me.
सबसे पहले जो होता है ना, डर जो होता है कि now at the end of the world.
My life went upside down.
Stigma associated with it, which is very scary.
In our country, more than 14 lakh people get diagnosed with cancer every year. Out of that, more than 9 lakhs die every year because of cancer.
This and more. Streaming on News9 Plus. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
What is to the nines? In literal terms, it's perfection. But to us, it's not just a phrase, it's an attitude. One that starts at your desk and sends a statement to the world. To the nines is about taking charge. It's a way of life where every seam, every fold, is crafted with excellence. It's timeless elegance and uncompromising quality made for the corner office. It's the ideas that inspire redefining order and elevating the tabletop. To the nines, for the leaders of today and the visionaries of tomorrow.
From the highlands of Afghanistan to the jungles of Vietnam, the deserts of Africa, to street battles in Mosul, the AK-47 has dominated every conflict. But what if it could be made even better? Enter the SSS Defense P-72, India's answer to the AK-47. So how good is it? Let's find out.